Far away in the vast universe, on a bright planet named Valora, lived a young princess named Lyria. She was curious and brave. Her skin shimmered with soft blue light, and her eyes sparkled like stars. Valorans were different from humans in many ways. One big difference was how they lived and loved. On Valora, creatures had a special time each year to bring new life into the world. It was a season full of joy and ceremony. One day Lyria heard something strange from her tutors. They said, humans, a species on a small blue planet called Earth, did not follow the same rules. They claimed humans could reproduce all year long. Lyria was shocked. This cannot be true, she thought. No species can be ready all the time, but her tutors said it was so. They told her stories about humans, their strange lives, and how their bodies and hearts worked differently. Lyria was full of questions. She did not trust what she heard. She wanted proof, real, clear proof. Lyria decided she must see this for herself. She would travel to Earth. No one on Valora had ever done that. It was risky, but Lyria was not afraid. She was a princess, yes, but also a seeker of truth. With the help of the royal scientists, she prepared a small ship. It was fast and quiet, shaped like a silver leaf. She packed only what she needed, a translator device, a few clothes, and a notebook to write her observations. As the ship left Valora's atmosphere, Lyria looked back at her glowing home. "I will find the truth about humans," she whispered to the stars. After many hours, her ship reached Earth's orbit. The planet looked beautiful. Blue oceans, green forests, and white clouds swirling in the sky. Lyria smiled. This was the place she would learn about humans. She chose a city to visit, a busy place called New York. It was full of tall buildings, bright lights, and many people. The sounds and smells were strange but exciting. Lyria landed the ship in a quiet park at night. She wanted to learn without being noticed. The translator device helped her understand human languages. She walked among the people, watching how they lived. Humans looked very different from Valorans. Their skin came in many colors and shades. They wore soft clothes and moved with quick steps. Lyria noticed they smiled, laughed, and hugged each other. They seemed happy and sad, strong and gentle, full of many feelings. The princess soon realized humans had many questions, too. They asked her who she was and why she was there. Lyria did not want to scare anyone, so she told only a few, trusted people that she was a visitor from a far planet. Her first big question was about reproduction, how humans made new life. She met a human scientist named Dr. Ana Rivera. Ana was kind and smart. When Lyria asked her about human reproduction, Ana smiled gently. "Yes, humans can reproduce all year," Ana said. "But it is not simple. It is a mix of biology, culture, and choice." Lyria was not satisfied. "How can it be all year? Your people must have a special season like mine." Ana shook her head. "No, we don't have a fixed season. But humans have cycles inside their bodies. Women have a monthly cycle that helps them know when they can have children. Men can be ready at any time. But many things affect when a child is made: love, health, environment, and even choice." The princess wanted more proof. She said, "Show me. Let me see how it works. I do not believe without evidence." Ana agreed. She invited Lyria to her laboratory the next day. There, Ana showed her many things: charts, machines, and even pictures of human cells dividing and growing. Lyria learned about hormones that rise and fall in women's bodies. She saw the tiny eggs waiting to meet sperm. She heard about pregnancy and birth. It was all very new and strange, but still the princess was confused. "If women have cycles, why do you say humans reproduce all year?" she asked. Ana explained, "Because women in different parts of the world have cycles at different times. Also, people make choices. Some want children soon, some wait years, and some cannot have children at all. So, there is no one season for humans. Lyria nodded slowly. She began to see the truth was not simple or fixed. It was full of variety and change. After the visit, Lyria walked in the park again. She saw families playing, couples holding hands, and children laughing. She felt a warm feeling inside. Respect for these humans who were so different, yet so alive. But her journey was only beginning. She wanted to see more, learn more, and understand more. She had many questions still. That night she looked at the moon and whispered, "I will find the real story. I will see if humans really live and love all year long." Her heart was full of hope and wonder. After her first day on Earth, Princess Lyria felt both excited and confused. The human world was full of surprises. She had learned some truths from Dr. Ana Rivera, but many questions stayed in her mind. How could humans be so different from her people on Valora? How could their way of life be so complex and uncertain? Lyria decided to stay longer in the city. She wanted to watch humans closely and understand them better. She knew she had to learn their language, habits, and feelings. But sometimes, understanding humans was not easy. The next morning, Lyria walked through the crowded streets of New York. People were rushing to work, talking loudly, and using strange machines called smartphones. She tried to follow their conversations, but many words were new to her. Her translator helped, but the feelings behind the words were harder to catch. Lyria stopped at a small cafe and watched couples and friends sitting together. Some talked softly, others laughed loudly. She wondered, what makes humans fall in love? How do they decide when to have children? Later, she met Dr. Ana again. The scientist was happy to answer more questions. Lyria asked, "On Valora, we have a clear season for love and children. It is a time of celebration. But on Earth, it seems different. Why?" Ana smiled kindly. "Humans are complicated. We do not have one season for reproduction because our emotions and choices matter a lot. Love, trust, and readiness are very important. People decide when the time is right. Also, our bodies are different from yours. We have monthly cycles, but they do not mean we can only have children in one season." Lyria thought about this carefully. "But if humans can have children any time, how do you explain times when more babies are born? Are there secret seasons I don't know about?" Ana nodded. "Good question. There are small trends, but they are not the same everywhere. In some places, more babies are born in certain months because of weather, culture, or holidays. But it is not like a fixed season for everyone." Lyria still found it hard to believe. On Valora, life was simple in this way. The seasons were clear, and everyone knew when the new life would come. Here on Earth, it seemed like chaos. One day, Lyria attended a human gathering called a wedding. It was a colorful party with music, dancing, and food. She saw two people promise to love each other forever. They looked happy and nervous. Lyria asked Ana, "Do weddings always lead to children?" Ana shook her head. "No. Some people choose not to have children. Some cannot. Some wait many years. Love is not always about making babies." This idea was new to Lyria. But then, why do humans care about children so much? Ana smiled. Children are important to many humans because they carry on family and culture. But humans also value friendship, knowledge, and happiness. Life is about more than just reproduction. Lyria felt a little lost. Her mind wanted simple answers, but Earth was full of complex feelings and choices. That night, Lyria sat by a window and looked at the city lights. She thought about the stories she had heard. Some humans had many children, others had none. Some had love for a lifetime, others changed many times. This was not like Valora at all. She wrote in her notebook, Humans do not follow one rule. Their lives are full of freedom and change, but I still need proof about their reproduction. I must understand more. The next day, Anna took Lyria to a busy hospital. It was a place where humans were born and healed. Lyria saw tiny babies crying and mothers caring for them. She saw doctors and nurses working hard. Anna explained, "This is where new life begins for many humans. But not all births happen here. Some happen at home or in other places. Every birth is special." Lyria watched a woman holding her newborn baby. The mother smiled with love and tears. Lyria felt a warm feeling in her heart. "I see now that life is fragile and precious for humans," Lyria said softly. Anna nodded. "Yes, and that makes their choice about reproduction very personal. It is about more than biology. It is about emotions, culture, and respect." But Lyria's doubts were not gone. She still wondered if the humans' freedom meant they did not understand their own nature. Maybe, she thought, they were hiding something. Maybe their all-year reproduction was not real. To find the truth, Lyria asked Anna if she could meet more humans from different places. Anna agreed and said, "The world is big, and humans are many. You will learn much by seeing different lives." Lyria smiled. She felt hope. She would travel more, meet more people, and find the answers she sought. Before leaving the hospital, Lyria spoke softly. "Thank you, Anna. You have helped me see the world in a new way." Anna smiled back. "You are welcome, Princess. I am glad to share the truth." As Lyria left the hospital, she looked at the sky. The sun was bright and the city buzzed with life. She thought, "I will not judge humans quickly. I will learn from them. Maybe their way is different, but it is their way." With this thought, Lyria took a deep breath and prepared for the next part of her journey, to explore the many colors and cultures of Earth, to understand how humans live, love, and create new life. Princess Lyria's journey on Earth continued. She was eager to learn more about humans and their strange, wonderful ways. The planet was big and full of different people, places, and stories. To truly understand humans, Lyria knew she had to see many parts of the world. One morning, Dr. Ana Rivera came to Lyria's small apartment with a smile. "Today we will travel," she said. "I want to show you the diversity of human life. You will meet many kinds of people and learn about their cultures." Lyria was excited. She packed a small bag ready to explore new lands. Their first stop was a warm, sunny place called Mexico. The city was alive with color. Bright decorations hung from buildings and music filled the air. Lyria saw people preparing for a special festival called Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. It was a time when families remembered their loved ones who had passed away. Anna explained, "This festival shows how humans honor family and life. Even in sadness, there is love and joy." Lyria watched children painting their faces and families making altars with pictures and flowers. She felt the deep connection humans had to their history and loved ones. Next, they visited a quiet village in Japan. Here, people moved with calm and care. Cherry trees bloomed pink and white, and the air was filled with the soft sound of birds. Lyria saw a tea ceremony where people sat quietly and drank tea together. The ceremony was slow and peaceful. Anna said, "In Japan, respect and tradition are very important. People celebrate nature and beauty in simple ways." Lyria noticed how different this was from the loud festival in Mexico, yet both were full of meaning. After Japan, they traveled to a cold place called Norway. Snow covered the mountains and forests. Lyria saw people wearing warm clothes and gathering inside cozy homes. There was a celebration of light called Yule, where families came together during the long, dark winter. Anna explained, "Humans in cold places celebrate light and hope during winter. It is a time to be with family and prepare for new life in spring." Lyria smiled. She saw that humans use their surroundings to shape their celebrations and ways of living. On their journey, Lyria met many families. Some had many children. Others had only one or two. Some couples were young and full of dreams. Others were old and full of stories. She saw single parents raising children with love and care. She met friends who were like family. One evening, they visited a community in India where people celebrated a festival called Karva Chauth. Married women fasted for the health and long life of their husbands. Lyria saw the deep love and trust between couples. She asked Anna, "Do humans always celebrate love like this? Is love always connected to children?" Anna shook her head. "Love means different things to different people. For many, love is about caring, respect, and partnership. Children are part of life, but not the only reason for love." Lyria began to understand that humans had many ways to show love and family. It was not one simple story. During their travels, Lyria learned about human biology, too. She heard how some women had irregular cycles, how some couples used medicines to help have children, and how some chose not to have children at all. One day, Anna took Lyria to a clinic that helped couples who could not have children naturally. Lyria saw hope and sadness in the faces of people waiting for help. She felt the weight of human emotions, desire, pain, and hope. "This is part of human life," Anna said softly. "Not all life begins easily, but humans fight for their families with great strength." Lyria's respect for humans grew. Their lives were not simple, but they were full of courage and love. On a quiet night in a small village in Africa, Lyria sat under the stars. She listened to the sounds of drums and singing. The people told stories of their ancestors and hopes for the future. Lyria wrote in her notebook, "Humans are many colors, voices, and hearts. They live with pain and joy, with hope and fear. Their love is not just for children, but for life itself." She looked at the moon and thought, "My people have one season for love, but humans have many seasons in their hearts." The next day, Lyria and Anna returned to the city. The princess felt she had learned much, but there was still more to discover. She said, "Thank you, Anna. I see now that humans live in many ways. Their love and life are not simple, but they are real and strong." Anna smiled warmly. "You are welcome, princess. The world is big, and every person's story is different." Lyria knew her journey was not over. She wanted to see the science behind human life, to find the proof she had asked for. She prepared herself for the next step, to visit places of learning and research where humans studied the mysteries of life and birth. With a hopeful heart, Lyria whispered to the stars, "I will find the truth. I will understand the human way." Princess Lyria had seen many parts of Earth and met many people. She had learned that humans were full of life and diversity, but she still wanted to understand the science behind their reproduction, the facts and data that could prove how humans truly lived and created new life. Dr. Ana Rivera promised to help. One bright morning, she took Lyria to a large building called the Human Reproductive Research Center. It was full of machines, computers, and people in white coats working carefully. As they entered, Lyria felt a mix of curiosity and respect. This place held answers to many questions. Anna began to explain. "This center studies how humans reproduce, their bodies, hormones, and cycles. It helps us understand fertility and pregnancy better." Lyria watched as scientists used machines to look at tiny cells, sperm, and eggs. She saw images on screens that showed the amazing process of life starting from a single cell. Anna said, "Human reproduction is a complex process. Women have monthly cycles controlled by hormones. Men produce sperm almost all the time, but many factors affect when conception happens." Lyria asked, "Is there a time when all humans are ready to have children, like a season on Valora?" Anna shook her head gently. No, not at all. Humans live in many places with different climates and cultures. Their cycles do not depend on seasons. Instead, the monthly cycle in women repeats all year. Lyria studied. The charts Anna showed her. One graph showed hormone levels rising and falling every month. Another chart showed birth rates across the year. Some months had more births, but it was not a sharp season, just small changes. Anna explained, birth rates can vary because of social reasons. For example, more babies may be born 9 months after holidays or festivals. But this does not mean humans have a fixed breeding season. Lyria nodded slowly. She saw that humans had a rhythm, but it was not a simple season like on Valora. It was a soft pattern, shaped by life and choice. Anna also showed Lyria the technology humans used to help those who struggled to have children. Machines helped doctors see inside the body. Medicines could support fertility. Sometimes, science made it possible for couples to have babies even when nature was difficult. Lyria felt a deep respect for human science and care. Your people work hard to create and protect life, she said. Anna smiled. Yes, we value life deeply. That is why we study and help. It is not just about biology. It is about hope, love, and family. The princess then asked about emotions. Do feelings affect human reproduction? Anna nodded. Very much. Stress, happiness, and love all play a role. Humans are emotional beings. Their minds and hearts connect with their bodies. Lyria thought of her own people. On Valora, reproduction was mostly biological, a natural event in the season. Here, it was different, a mix of science, emotion, and choice. As they walked through the center, Lyria saw a room where people talked and shared stories. It was a support group for those facing challenges with having children. She listened, quietly as a woman spoke about her hope and fear. Lyria's heart opened. She saw that human life was fragile but strong. That evening, Lyria wrote in her notebook, humans are not simple creatures. Their reproduction is not tied to a single time or season. It is a dance of biology, emotion, culture, and choice. She looked out the window at the city lights. She felt a new respect for humans and their ways. The next day, Lyria and Anna met with other scientists. They talked about how humans adapted to different environments. Some lived where days were very long or very short. Some lived in cities full of noise and lights. Yet, the human body kept its cycles, ready for new life any time. Anna said, humans are flexible. They can have children at many times. Their society, emotions, and choices guide them more than nature's seasons. Lyria smiled. She thought about her own planet again. Valora was beautiful, but simple. Earth was complicated, but full of life. She realized the truth was not about right or wrong. It was about difference and understanding. Before leaving the research center, Lyria thanked everyone. You have shown me the true science of your people. It is amazing, Anna replied. The science is only part of the story. Life is more than data. It is feelings, dreams, and hope. Lyria nodded, feeling wise beyond her years. Her journey had changed her. She no longer saw humans as strange or confusing. She saw them as strong, caring, and full of life. She thought, the rumor was wrong. Humans do not have one season. They live and love all year because life is not just biology. It is a story of choice and heart. With this knowledge, Lyria prepared for the next step of her journey. She wanted to understand how humans felt and lived, beyond science. She wanted to see how love, trust, and respect shaped their world. As she looked at the stars that night, she whispered, I will carry this truth back home. Humans are not like us, but they are wonderful. Her heart was full of hope. Princess Lyria's time on Earth was growing longer. Each day brought new lessons and new faces. The princess felt a change inside herself. The more she learned about humans, the more she understood their strength and beauty. She realized that her first ideas about humans were too simple and even wrong. One morning, Lyria and Dr. Ana Rivera sat together in a quiet garden. Flowers bloomed all around them, and birds sang softly in the trees. Lyria looked at Ana and said, "I want to thank you. You have shown me more than facts and science. You have shown me kindness and patience." Ana smiled warmly. "I'm glad. Princess, humans are complex, but they also have great hearts." Lyria thought about her home planet, Valora. There, life followed a clear pattern. There was a special season when everyone knew new life would begin. It was beautiful and certain. But here on Earth, life was different. It was full of choices, feelings, and sometimes uncertainty. That afternoon, Ana introduced Lyria to a small group of people. They were from different parts of the world, different ages and backgrounds. Some were parents, some were single, some were friends. They shared stories about love, family, and hope. Lyria listened carefully. One woman spoke about adopting a child after years of trying to have her own. Another man talked about raising his niece after his sister passed away. A young couple shared their dreams of building a family in their own time. These stories touched Lyria's heart. She saw that family was not just about biology, it was about care, trust, and respect. The people in the group supported each other with love. Later, Lyria asked, "How do humans handle times when they cannot have children? Does it make life sad?" A gentle woman smiled and said, "It can be hard, but humans find many ways to love and to live fully. Some care for others' children, some focus on their work or art. Life is many things." Lyria nodded. She understood now that human life was not one simple story. It was many stories, woven together by hope and courage. That evening, Lyria walked alone through the city streets. She saw families playing, friends laughing, and lovers holding hands. The city was alive with life and emotion. She thought, humans do not need one season to live or love. They live every day with hope in their hearts. As days passed, Lyria and Ana grew closer as friends. They shared meals, stories, and dreams. Lyria learned about human music, art, and traditions. She tried dancing at a festival and tasted many new foods. One night, as they looked at the stars, Lyria said, "I want to tell my people the truth about humans. They are not simple or strange. They are strong and kind. They live with choice and love." Ana smiled. "That is the true story. Humans have faults, but they also have great beauty." Lyria felt a deep respect for Earth and its people. She realized that understanding came from open hearts, not just science. The princess knew her mission was almost complete, but she wanted to do one more thing: to share this new understanding with her own world. She sent a message to Valora explaining everything she had learned. She wrote about human diversity, science, and emotions. She told her people to stop believing simple rumors and to open their minds. Her message was received with surprise and curiosity. The leaders of Valora listened carefully. They thanked Lyria for her bravery and wisdom. Lyria smiled. She knew that change was slow, but it had begun. Before leaving Earth, Lyria visited a small school. She sat with children and told them stories from her home planet. They listened with wide eyes, fascinated by her tales. The children asked many questions about Valora, stars, and the universe. Lyria answered with joy. She realized that the future was in the hands of these young minds, full of hope and curiosity. On her last night on Earth, Lyria stood on a hill and looked at the city lights below. The moon shone bright above. She whispered to the wind, "Thank you, Earth. You have taught me more than I dreamed. I will carry your story in my heart." The princess felt ready to return home. She carried not just knowledge, but respect, friendship, and hope. Her journey had changed her forever. Princess Lyria stood on the balcony of her small apartment in New York City, watching the lights of the bustling streets below. The city was alive with energy, people walking, talking, laughing, and living their lives in all their beautiful complexity. She took a deep breath and smiled softly. Her time on Earth was coming to an end, but the lessons she had learned would stay with her forever. When Lyria first arrived on Earth, she carried many doubts and questions. She had heard rumors about humans, about their strange ways of living and loving. She thought she might find simple answers, a clear season for reproduction, like on her home planet Valora. But Earth had shown her a very different truth. Humans were not bound by one season for love or life. They lived with choice, emotion, and strength every day. Their lives were woven with many threads: culture, tradition, biology, and above all, heart. Lyria understood now that this was what made humans so special. Her final days on Earth were filled with joy and discovery. She joined in festivals where music and dance brought people together. She sat with families sharing stories and meals. She walked in quiet parks and noisy markets, feeling the pulse of life all around her. One afternoon, Anna took Lyria to a community center where people gathered to support one another. The room was warm and bright, filled with laughter and conversation. Lyria listened as people shared stories of hope, struggle, and love. She saw that, for humans, family was not only about blood, but also about the bonds they chose to create. Later, Lyria spoke to the group. She told them about Valora and her journey to understand Earth's people. She shared how much she had learned about love, life, and choice. The humans smiled and welcomed her words with open hearts. That night, alone on her balcony, Lyria looked up at the stars. She thought of her home planet far away and the people who waited for her return. She knew she had a message to carry back, a message of respect, understanding, and hope. Lyria sent one last message to Valora. She spoke not as a princess, but as a student of life. She told them to see humans not as strange or wrong, but as different and strong. She asked her people to open their minds and hearts, to learn from the diversity of life in the universe. As her ship prepared to leave Earth's orbit, Lyria felt a quiet peace. She was no longer the same princess who had arrived filled with doubt. She was a messenger of friendship and truth. Back on Valora, Lyria was welcomed with curiosity and admiration. She shared her stories and knowledge. Slowly, the people of Valora began to change their views. They saw humans in a new light, not as a mystery or threat, but as fellow travelers in the great journey of life. Lyria's journey had built a bridge between worlds. It showed that understanding and respect could overcome fear and misunderstanding. In the years that followed, Valora and Earth began to exchange ideas, culture, and friendship. Scientists worked together, artists shared their creations, and families from both worlds reached out in kindness. Princess Lyria often looked back on her time on Earth as the moment her life changed forever. She knew that no matter how different two worlds might seem, the heart was the true language that connected them all. Her final thoughts were simple and clear. Life is a gift, love is a choice, and understanding is the path to peace. And so the story of the alien princess and the humans became a legend, a tale of curiosity, learning, and the power of seeing others with open eyes and open hearts.